On January 14, a clash between Indonesian and Chinese workers. A violent conflict that not only resulted in the deaths of an Indonesian and a Chinese worker, but also reflected the conflict between cultures and business practices. Li Chang with the China Labor Watch organization has been corresponding with more than 200 workers at this Chinese-owned nickel smelting facility in Indonesia.
The Chinese company that's investing in Indonesia is there to make money. The company did not bring good corporate practices to Indonesia.
Through its Belt and Road Initiative, China has been investing in construction projects and factories around the world, including this facility in more-VOA, Indonesia. Production has started up again since the deadly riot, but reminders of the violence remain. Before the riot broke out, Indonesian workers had met with company officials demanding that working conditions change, wages increase, and union workers who had gone on strike be rehired. When the company failed to meet all the union's demands, Indonesian workers staged a protest.
We saw these issues accumulate, combined with lack of communication, and it finally blew up.
The Chinese company has never had the tradition of negotiating with labor unions. Chinese companies will never do something like that. China relies on sweatshops to produce its economic miracle. The model is copied in Indonesia.
The Chinese model of running a business in a foreign country is also replicated beyond Indonesia, says China expert Hong Yi-lai.
For some of these Chinese plants, they feel that when they use local workers, that happen not just in probably South Asia, in also Africa as well, the local workers may not want to work such a long time for the pay they give it.
Chinese workers are also brought in to work. It's a model that also exploits Chinese workers, says Li.
The treatment of the Chinese workers is harsher than that of the Indonesians, because if the Chinese workers don't follow orders, the company has places to detain the workers. The company can lock them up without going through the police.
The Chinese-owned nickel smelting facility has not responded to VOA's email asking about these allegations. It told VOA Indonesia in a text message that Indonesian military and police are still investigating the incident. The Chinese Foreign Ministry had this to say about the riot.
The Chinese side will stay in close communication with the Indonesian side to ensure that the incident is properly handled in accordance with the law.
The riot in Indonesia comes within the context of a history of distrust toward the Chinese, says Lai.
Within the big Indonesia population, they still have some deep-seated uneasiness, unease toward China, especially politically, and suspicious about China's possible influence or intrusion into the countries politically and economically.
The Indonesian workers and the company are going through mediation to resolve the conflict as tensions continue. Elizabeth Lee, VOA News.